So this is some of the line that you guys requested from the Catfish 1 forum for me to test. We're going to test these lines, and I'm going to do a weight test, a cast test, see how far they cast, how smooth they cast, and an abrasion test. We got some Kastking that we're going to test. This was the cheapest at $8.99 and free shipping off Amazon. We got some Momoi's high catch nylon mono line, a little bit more expensive at 16 bucks plus shipping. We got some slime line. That seems to be like the thing these days. I'm seeing a lot of catfishermen flocking to this slime line over here, so we're going to put it to the test. Basically $13 plus $3.99 shipping. 18 bucks to get that in. And we got the Whisker Seeker Sunburst Orange, and it comes in at $22.90. So this is all 30-pound test, and I figured that's a good medium test. I didn't want to go too far, like up into the 50s. 30 seemed like a good medium ground because I don't have the greatest testing equipment at the moment, but I will be trying to, if you guys like these videos, I can invest in some things to test this stuff more. And if you can see, that is 0.5 millimeters, 0.52. Slime line is 0.55. Whisker Seeker is 0.45 millimeters. There's what the line looks like. I tried to get some high vis colors, but yeah, you got this thing that will slide around, and it's easy to wind back up with that. That's pretty cool. So for this weight test, I'm just tying knots. I think I did try to do like a wooden dowel kind of thing where you wrap the line around and it tests the line strength a little bit better. But fishing, you're tying knots, and I think it's good to see how good these lines hold up to knot breaks, which ones are going to fail first. I tried these multiple times. I didn't include a lot of the knot fails that failed early, but I got their top 3, and we'll just average those out. 26. 20 on that one. Again. Kastking had a couple of slips here and there. The line did tend to cut into itself a little bit more on some of the knots. Whisker Seeker, I think I had 2 slips on it, but for the most part, this was some pretty solid line. The strength held up pretty well considering the diameter of this line. I only had 1 or 2 slips on my knots, but nothing too bad. Whisker Seeker, 30. Slime line had excellent strength, but almost like a oily residue on this line. This slip a little bit more often. But as far as when it did hold and gripped itself, this was some strong stuff. A lot of times the line would fail before the knots did once it finally gripped itself. This is Momoi Let's see how far it casts. Okay, for our casting test, I wanted to cast 4 times for each line and mark them with some flags. The first 2 casts, I just wanted to do just a regular over shoulder cast, nothing too special, just kind of like I'm trying to get it off the bank, just seeing how smooth it would go. Second cast, I just wanted to do a little bit more power and maybe a little bit of braking with my thumb, just to see how smooth each line was. And for the third and fourth, I just wanted to lob it out there. Third, being a little bit more braking, and fourth, really holding off on the braking to the main end, just letting it go and praying that it didn't bird's nest. There we go. Fresh line that you get on a new rod. That is. So we got a consistent place up there. Before I really gave it the beans. Let's zoom in. 4 is the main one up back there in the back. And that is glowing in the sun. And there's hardly any sun out here. Any kind of light, I guess like UV coming from the sun, absolutely makes that line stand out. Fairly impressed by this line line so far. There's you a trick if you don't know it. You see a new line starting a bird's nest, just back up. Four is the one that's farthest away. Slime line for the win on that one. So, I don't know if you can see that. My hands are blue now because of that Kastking blue. It came right off on my hands as I was putting the line on. It is the cheapest. It was fairly strong in the strength test, but this memory is awful. And I'm not a big fan of this blue stuff on my hand. That is a bird's nest. Catfishing, call that a fail. Alright, Whisker Seeker. Alright, go find it. Man, that's some smooth casting stuff. Oh, we're in a tree. This one went over the tree and still went farther. No birds now.
We're moving on the beam.
Let's show you guys. I'm basically running right now. This is how far we went. Slow down so y'all get a good view. Momoi, right there. Then we got Kastking Not too far behind it. Let's see. Maybe about half a foot. Maybe a foot, yeah, about a foot. Kastking right there. And then we got slime line. And then we got Whisker Seeker by a mile. At least 20 foot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20 fouls. It's fairly decent still. Momoi's not too bad on the abrasion, honestly. Looks like. Same amount as Momoi. This seems to be abrasion a little bit easier, so that is something to be wary of. I'm getting some pretty good tears in it though. It's holding. Oh, spoke too soon. There's about 20 files. This is a smaller diameter line, so it may not hold up as well. It does seem a little bit tougher though. Get it on down here a little bit. It already broke. It didn't even make it to 20. This is by far the worst for abrasion. As you can tell, I was doing nothing different. I was just holding it with my hand that time. So that's it for this test. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this and seeing the results of each line. Me personally, I'm probably going to be keeping some of this Whisker Seeker on my rod. I wouldn't mind having some slime line for some high vis situations. It was pretty good line too. As far as Momoi and Kastking, I'm going to be trying to avoid those lines and probably sticking with braid when I want to go cheap. Memory goes, I would have to say that slime line probably had the best low memory, followed by Whisker Seeker, then Momoi, and finally Kastking. It doesn't look too bad on video, but that stuff is more like, feels more like a hard plastic than actual mono. It's just hard to work with and wants to tangle up. I mean, it just wants to spin and twine, and like if you didn't put a swivel on your line. And speaking of braid, I'll be testing braid in my next test video. If there's some things that you'd like to see, or maybe some things that you'd like for me to change on testing, just let me know in the comment section, and I don't mind to do that. I'm very open to criticism and just making the videos better for you. As long as I have the means to do it and test it, then I'm all for it. So comment any suggestions, or which line you may have think of one. You may have noticed something I didn't during this test. So don't be afraid to leave a comment and like this video. It was a lot of fun. But until the next one, see ya. Ow.